All right, top 5 exercises for beginning guitar players. Really, these are exercises you should use forever. I still use them to this day. Let's go right into it. Number 1, they're bookmarked below. Save this video to your watch for later and keep coming back. So we're gonna do like a chromatic picking thing, and this builds finger independence, dexterity. It builds the wiring in your brain that's not there. So here's what we're gonna do. Fingers 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to go from low E to high E. We're going to pick every note from the 5th to the 8th fret. For example, like this. I'll go slow. Okay? When you get to high E on the 8th fret with your 4th finger, go back. Okay. Here's something super important. My teacher taught me this. You don't want any tension in your body, okay? You're gonna hold your pick so lightly, if you held it any lighter, it would just fall right out of your hands, okay? So, you gotta feel the groove. You're trying, now do this with the metronome, of course. I'm not doing it to a metronome here. But in the end, even with the metronome, you want to be able to sit by yourself with your guitar, and you want to flow like the jellyfish. Smooth. So, what you can also do, because this can get a little monotonous, I get it. I'm learning drums and I'm doing paradiddles and things just on a practice pad, not even on the drum kit. I did a video on that yesterday, which was kind of fun. But you can try and do things musical, like be creative, okay? You don't have to just go. You don't have to do this for 10 minutes, okay? Do it for like 30 seconds and then try and do stuff like this. Within that same framework, using all the notes and those chromatic little runs. Okay? And please play clean. No distortion if you plug in your electric, because it's going to mask all, it's going to hide all like the warts in your playing, okay? So play clean, okay? Take a chromatic scale and just try and just do the kind of the framework I gave you and be musical. You can even do it on one string. You're going to indirectly get amazing ear training, okay? Because guitar is like a lifelong journey. It's a cumulative process, but the more flow you can create in your playing, you want to flow like the jellyfish, the better. So I was just doing that on the G string. I was bending notes. Okay, you could do little hammer-ons, little pull-offs, but just promise me this. Rhythm is king, rhythm is queen, so it's better to stay on one string and just get a really tight feel. You need to move your body, tap your foot. Okay, enough on that, but that's how you can kind of make like monotonous exercises like that musical. Always be creative, be you, your musicality, you will build your original sound. Nobody will sound like you. They already don't, but you're gonna further develop that. Okay, number 2, super important, chord transitions and shapes. Now obviously we have to play chords, and when we're beginner, I'm gonna bet you guys know things like a C chord, okay? I bet you know an open D chord, or open chords, and these will always be home. You know, cowboy chords, open chords, these are always home, okay? And we'll do a G, let's throw a minor, we'll do an E minor, okay? Now, one thing I used to teach my students is before you even put your rhythm hand in there driving the train, the rhythm train, okay? That's gonna create flow, but again, these guys have to work together, which is why these are so good, okay? Like number 1. Try and do this. Try and get a really good flow. Just grab the neck like this. You're not even going to strum the strings. Just flow from C to D to G to E. And again, move your body. And I know it kind of looks and sounds silly, but just trust me. I wouldn't do this if it works, okay? Because when you start putting it all together, guitar is a very hard instrument. Every instrument's hard. You got to put in the reps. You want to have that flow. Then try and do this. Go from C to D, C to D, and then just go from C to G, C to G. Your body has to feel what this feels like, okay? You can still know whether you're in time, even if it's so. That's C to E minor. Okay? Now let's put the strum in with it, okay? You want to transition smoothly. I get it. When your rhythm's choppy, that's the most glaring indicator that someone's a total beginner, and that's cool. Gotta respect that. We've all started somewhere, right? So let's just do downstrokes, and I'm gonna kind of palm mute it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, D, G, 2, E minor, again C, 2, D, 2, G, 2, E minor. Sorry, I just felt like okay, now you can also do stuff too. You can arpeggiate it, try and finger pick it, okay? You're never gonna learn to finger pick well if you don't try stuff, but chord transitions, and you gotta recognize things are shapes, okay? You're gonna see these shapes all over the neck. More on that later, but just trust me. So, D, to G, to E minor, C, D, G. Okay, and you can see right there's like 3 different styles: strumming, arpeggiating, percussive finger style. Again, so that's why your chord transitions that you want, and you want all your shapes to flow effortlessly, okay? And you're eventually gonna kind of land on your foundational set of stuff, but try and keep growing from there. Look up different chord voicings. I'll do more videos on that later, okay? So, chord transitions and shapes are number 2. Now, one thing you can do, I'm going to show you in number 3, it ties into this. So let's go to number 3 right now. Strumming and rhythm. So if you saw there, before I even did any strumming, I was trying to internalize the rhythm like this without even doing the strumming. Like if I kind of unmute this without even strumming, like okay? The more you play, and James Brown has said this, every instrument is a drum set, and this is what I'm going to show you. Let's take the same chords we just did in number 2, and we're going to talk about strumming and rhythm, okay? So just start with simple downstrokes, do some up and down, different variations, but no matter what, have fun with it and kind of internalize it. It's going to be choppy, it's going to sound bad a lot of times, but that's okay. You're putting in the reps, it's going to get better. So what I like to do is I like to kind of strum the chords without even fretting them. So like I go like this. 2 D, 2 G, 2 E minor. So now it's the equivalent of me, I'm just like playing a percussive instrument. E minor, C, D, G, E minor. Okay, so you see what we're doing there? We're building up our flow. All of this is flow, whether you're flowing through those chromatic things. Okay? You gotta create flow, like smooth transitions. So practice your rhythm. So just do downstrokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay? Because eventually you're gonna want to get into more percussive stuff where muting, the muting stuff is hard. That's where you kind of go to the next level, but it's all these little steps you're taking right now are gonna lead you to those greener pastures. So for example, if I wanted to do the open chords and I did something more percussive and flowy, I could. So right there you can see. That's one thing I'll leave before we go into number 4. A really good tip is, the number one thing you gotta work on, no matter what, is always keep the flow going. So if you kind of lose your place, let off of the string and keep the rhythm train going. So for example, let's say I totally botch going from C to D, and I gotta kind of regroup. So instead of doing this, do this. Keep the rhythm train going. See, it gives me time to recover, but if I keep going, the best drummers in the world, which I got to hang out with Prince's drummer before he passed, John Blackwell, rest in peace, John. He told me, no matter, this guy could play anything. He's like, the groove, the pocket is everything. So rhythm guitar is hands down the most important thing you can learn. Everything else extends out from that, okay? Let's go into number 4. Okay, now number 4 is picking technique. Now this is gonna go right back to the first thing, because we did chromatic picking technique. We went Now one of the best things my teacher ever taught me was alternate picking. So we're gonna just do it just to kind of drive home the point. We're gonna just do it on the low E. We're gonna do that chromatic thing. And I will tell you guys, I use the shoulder of my pick. Have you noticed a lot of pick manufacturers now have started putting points on the shoulder? They realize that a lot of players don't use the point anymore. We use the shoulder. So they gave us a little point in there. And I just like the way it feels. Personal preference, but just in case you're wondering. These are the Dunlop Flow, the Tortexes. I use the greens, the yellows, and I use a lot of them. But I don't think I use higher than an 88 gauge-wise. Okay, so down. So watch this. We're going to go finger 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to pick down on the first finger on the 5th fret. And then pick up on the 6th fret. We're all going to still on the low E. Second finger up. And just same again. Then down. Third finger down. Up. Now this is why I told you that really like tension-free holding of the pick is so important. Because you get this going. See how you get that really smooth and clean? Okay? And again, you're going to find through all these exercises, you're going to kind of develop your own personal technique within the technique. Does that make sense? Definitely drop in the comments like which one of these is coming easiest for you, which ones you work on. Do you know what I'm talking about? So that's kind of the cool part about being a musician is you develop your own personal flair, your flavor, your sonic signature, okay? So, also, I would say this is a great time. Take your thumb and just go with your thumb. Then take your first and second finger on your strumming hand, your pointer and your middle finger. Now I went to the A, but that's okay. Okay? Because just trust me, there's going to come a time where you're going to hear someone doing something like this. Tight and ready to go for that. Okay, let's wrap this up with number 5. So this goes right back, kind of the cherry on top, because guitar is nothing but it's harmony and melody, right? Chords and it's melodies, but everything comes from this one scale, the major scale. Okay, it's the blueprint for everything. Everything is built from the major scale. It all makes sense. It all goes back to the major scale. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to stay in that same key. Remember we were doing C, D, G to E minor? We're going to do 2 C major scales. Now remember, if I tie back to point number 1, a lot of beginners, what they don't have is they're not making those connections. They're not seeing the patterns and the shapes and light bulb momenting. Is that a word? That like, oh my God, that's the same shape. So for example, I remember when I had this, my teacher showed me a C major scale, okay? We're gonna practice our alternate, all the little techniques and exercises are gonna kind of come to this little area here. So 8th fret, second finger, okay, on the low E. That's a C, okay? Now we're gonna do our 4th finger on the 10th fret, that's a D. We're playing a C major scale, we're just gonna do it straight through, okay? I like to bookend it with a C at the end, but get to that in a second. And then we go down to the A string, first finger on the 7th fret, that's E. And we go second finger on the 8th fret, there's F. Pinky, 4th finger on the 10th fret on the A, okay, that's G. Then we go all the way down here to the D string on the 7th fret with our first finger, that's A, okay. Then we go to Same string, D string on the ninth fret, third finger. That's your 7th note in the scale. Okay, that's B. And then we end on C. So essentially I'm going to talk about the fingers. Watch. 2, 4. And we're only going to go from the E, A, and D string. So watch, I'll go real slow. And I am going to do the alternate picking, the down up. Okay, so what I showed you, I'm going to practice what I preach. So I go C, D, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. Remember, 2, 4, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. Okay, now here was my light bulb moment. That's a pattern. It's a fingering pattern. 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. I instantly know, bing, major scale, rooted off either the A, the E string, and then I almost Freudian slip A string, okay? So now here's what we're going to do. That same pattern, we're going to find the C on the A string, which happens to be on the 3rd fret. I'm going to start, it's that same 2, 4. Watch, if I just go, there's a C major scale right there. Look at the pattern, 2, 4, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. So let's go back and forth. And this is a great thing for like movement, picking, rhythm, cleanliness, like just watch. Okay, now I admit that's a little tough because I'm going from the 8th fret all the way down to the 3rd fret. But again, okay? Just pick one of them. Now what I want you to do, and this, I promise this will be it, because this was like my head's going off, that people keep asking, how do you go so effortlessly between melody and like chords? Okay. And that's because I started using major scale to flow within the major scale. So for example, here's that C chord that we did, and let's use the major scale right here, okay? Because it's all about being efficient, okay? And why is this efficient? Because it's right there. So C chord, and then I'll go into this major scale. I'm kind of showing you where you're headed with all these exercises. This is where it's going to lead. This is where it's like so fun, okay? But I'm trying to show you guys, practice these 5 exercises. We can wrap it there, okay? Number 1, finger independence and dexterity, chromatic scales. Number 2, chord transitions and shapes. Take this hand out, just get smooth. You're gonna feel it, move it, okay? Get those without. Then, number 3, adding in the strumming and rhythm. Really clean. Keep moving your body, beatbox it. Okay? Also, remember what I said, let off and just be a drummer. Use this as a percussion instrument. You can hear the chords in it. Okay, so that was number 3. Number 4, picking technique, alternate picking, okay? Just do one string out of the chromatic string. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Get rid of the pick, just your thumb. That's just my thumb. Then your fingers. Okay? All this is going to add up. It's going to take you where you're going to want to go. Just trust me. Because I've made the mistake of not practicing some of these and getting weak in them and then going, oh, shouldn't have let off. And I still use these every day. And then number 5, basic scales. And it's all finger strengths in all of these, okay? This is all, you're building all the wiring in your brain that's not there yet, or if it's there, it's not fully developed, okay? And at the end of the day, we're always learning something new. We're always gonna keep learning, but you wanna have a crazy, good, solid musical foundation built upon rhythm as your king and queen. Okay, drop in the comments, like, what are you guys working on? Are you doing any of these techniques? Do you even have exercises you focus on? Okay, because you need to build a framework for yourself. You'll get good fast, okay? There's no shortcuts to getting good, but putting in the work. But if you're smart about the work and you're efficient about it, you're gonna get better much faster. Okay, lots more to come. If you wanna see me doing some horrible drumming, watch the video I dropped yesterday. I'll link that at the end. Learn your triads, okay? I know this is for beginners. You're gonna know all this language. I'm gonna take you to these greener pastures. I'm gonna try. Stick with me. drop jellyfish or your favorite sea creature in the comments. And I'm pointing over here, like you can see off camera, I have a little tank of fake jellyfish that dance around because they bring me happiness, all right? I need you to flow like a jellyfish on the fretboard. I will get you there, okay? And only you can stop you. Don't stop. Keep going. I will see you in the next video. Peace.